Hey everyone, Golden Ninja 3000 here again. Today I'm reviewing the first, and hopefully not only, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness set, 76205 Gargantos Showdown. This has 264 pieces, 3 exclusive minifigures, and it retails for $30 in the US. But right off the bat, you guys know why I don't like this set. It's because it's missing like the co-lead of the movie, Scarlet Witch. Here's the new Doctor Strange minifigure. I really like this one. I think this might be my favorite one so far, because I do like his new costume for Multiverse of Madness. You know, it's kind of got that T shape in the middle. He's now wearing the Eye of Agamotto more as a necklace and not down around his, around his stomach. The leg printing is also decent, but I believe that is repeated from the minifigure that came in the Spider-Man No Way Home set, the Sanctum Workshop. And yes, he does get some magic effects this time, that's nice, because that did bother me in the Spider-Man set. But, I mean, they're just plain discs. I really wish that we would get, like, the printed ones again that we got back in 2016 for his movie. But the same hairpiece from the Spider-Man set appears, which is very nice, and the same cloak of levitation. I love this piece. It's like a rubbery mold, but you don't need to like put it around the minifigure's neck. You can, but because it's rubber, it can also just pull straight off. And so that's much more convenient for a cape that is also basically a sentient being. So I really like this mold. Again, it is much more rubbery than like most LEGO pieces, but it's nice. I hope we see this in other colors actually for other characters. And then he does have some nice back printing as well. And almost forgot, but he has an alternate face. Wong is also brand new for this set. I love the torso and leg printing. I really like his costume in the movie as well. So I'm really glad to see it represented here so well in LEGO. And it's very nice to get more regular Wong minifigures, because the original was only available as part of like that Toys R Us Bricktober promotion. But sadly, it has the best face. I don't like this face for Wong. It doesn't look like him. He doesn't make like these kinds of expressions, in my opinion. Like he's very much like he is a serious character and he can be funny, but when he's funny, he's gleeful, you know, like he doesn't have like a slight smirk. Like he'll just like outright laugh in your face. And so I don't like this face. I don't think it looks like the actor at all. The hairpiece is okay, but I mean, I know Wong has been growing hair throughout his MCU appearances, but I still prefer like the very first minifigures. I prefer the very first minifigure from the neck up, but I prefer this one from the neck down. He does have some great back printing and no alternate face like the Spider-Man set, which is also kind of annoying. I think that he definitely deserves one. And last up, we have America Chavez, who is the newest member of the Young Avengers to be introduced to the MCU in this movie. I pretty much like this figure. She has the mid legs, so that's pretty nice to see. I know like that they aren't super rare anymore, but it's still just nice to see them in sets. She has great printing for that denim jacket. I really like her new face print. I'm so glad LEGO made a new face print for her. Like a lot of points for them on that, because the reuse of faces in Marvel sets, like for Eternals and Shang-Chi, you guys know how much that annoyed me. And so I'm really glad that they aren't doing that here. At least I think they aren't. I'm pretty sure that's a new face. And then she is holding like this little rainbow pin, I think. The character is a lesbian in the comics, I believe. I don't know a ton about America Chavez, but I'm pretty sure she's a lesbian. So that's nice to see. Like, I hope that they're actually keeping that for the MCU, because like they could really do with some LGBT representation in that franchise. Then she does have some nice back printing as well with that kind of star, because she does punch star-shaped portals. And I like that alternate face. But my biggest problem with her is the hair. I like this hairpiece in general. I think this is a good color for a good mold, but her hair doesn't look like that. I don't know why LEGO keeps using this stupid hairpiece on characters that have hair coming down on like either side of their shoulders. So I have the box over here, and that is what she looks like in the movie, right there. Sorry, kind of hard to see. But yeah, so she does not have like an over-the-shoulder part. She has hair that comes down on like the sides of her head, and then she has bangs that come out in front. So I understand if LEGO doesn't have a hairpiece that they can use for this character yet, but it was kind of like the same thing with Eternals, with Thena using like this hairpiece. And so many other characters like Mera in the Aquaman set. Like this is LEGO's go-to female hairpiece, even when like the women have flowy hair coming down around their shoulders, and it's really, really pissing me off at this point. They just need to make a new female hair mold that works better than this one. So here is the only build of the set. This is Gargantos, not Shuma-Gorath. I understand why some people were confused. Shuma-Gorath is also a one-eyed tentacled monster from another dimension that is green, and so Gargantos does look quite a bit like that character, but this is its name on all official merchandise, so that's what I'm going with. And we did see this creature in the trailer for like a brief shot, and I have to say, I think LEGO's version looks pretty accurate. I haven't looked at them like side by side, but it was like this kind of olive greenish color, so I don't think, you know, like another green would have worked better. And it does have tentacles everywhere, and it does have just a giant round body. So I guess the first thing we should talk about are the tentacles. There's a ton of them. So you've got like these 4 big ones that use like this new basilisk piece from Harry Potter. That works, again, really well because you've got articulation there. Whoops. Yeah, this thing, I don't think it's the best for play. Like, this is really more of a display set, in my opinion. You can turn it here, and then you can also turn it, like, right at the end using these elephant trunk pieces. And what's really nice is that all of these have studs on them, because you've also got the smaller tentacles in front that are on Mixel's ball joints. And yeah, they usually don't break off that easily. But because you have studs on them, it's extremely easy to pose characters. So we'll take America here, and you can just attach them like anywhere. So if you attach them on the back of the leg, it is a little bit looser. That kind of irritates me, but I guess you could just put a stud on the end and then put it on the back of their leg. But then you can also just put it straight on the bottom of their leg and then make it look kind of like they're kicking off or something. So again, just great. That just provides great opportunity for posing. And again, there are so many tentacles on this entire thing. So we have the 4 main ones, and then you have the 4 smaller ones. And then you've got a bunch on the bottom. This is what it stands on, and usually it's pretty stable. I haven't had issues with it falling before, but this kind of reminds me of the Brainiac set from 2015. Just like make sure that the tentacles are spaced far enough apart so that it actually has like a good grip on the ground. And I guess you could also turn these onto their side if you really wanted to, and that might, you know, like give you a little bit more kind of clearance on the ground, but I don't like that look quite as much. All right, so then we've got this thing's eye. It's using that new like Harry Potter potion bottle piece in yellow, and then that is a print on the eyeball itself for the pupil. That is great. I think that that's really effective. I did not think LEGO can make like an eye that good. And then you do have this eyelid, so you're using a couple of these wheel arch pieces above and below. That, again, it's pretty accurate. Like, it is more heavily lidded up front. So kudos to the designer on that. And then you've got these kind of gigantic eyelashes on top. A little bit excessive, but those work out pretty well. And the shaping all around the body is just, it's done really well. It uses like a lot of these kind of cushion pieces, as I call them, and then just a bunch of different like cheese slopes and wedge pieces to build up the center. And I think that it's a very effective build, except for one thing. I know that Brickset has talked about this, and so have other people, but there is an illegal technique used here. You can see the Mixel's ball joint is attached to this wheel arch, but there's not enough space for it. So I'm actually going to try to like zoom in the camera a little bit. So right here, you can see there's not enough space for it next to like the curve of the arch. So it separates from the bricks. Like there's a gap there and there's a gap there, and you can't close that gap no matter how hard you try. Like even if you try pushing these things together, they'll never close because these pieces are just too big to be sitting next to each other in that manner. That frustrates me beyond belief. Like, it's not a huge structural issue, but it's absolutely stressing the parts. Like, you can see how it's separating from up there and it's separating down there. So nothing is connected properly, like in this whole bottom section. And to me, that's inexcusable. Like, LEGO designers or like LEGO quality control should have caught that. I've been saying for like the last year that I feel like LEGO quality control is really, really slipping now because I feel like they're overextending themselves. And this is a shining example of that because I can't believe that this is an official technique in a set that was released just at retail. And before I forget, the last thing is that it's got a bunch of tentacles down here. I don't know if this is a mouth or something, but these are kind of just all twisted into each other. And then you can move it around on a ball joint. Here are most of the extra pieces. I lost one that rolled off the table and I can't find it, but it was just like a dark green stud with a hollow center. This is a great piece to have an extra of, and I love getting an extra rainbow pin for America. The box for this set is a $20 box size, and it's pretty cool. I obviously love kind of like the diagonal art that LEGO started doing in like 2019, and these guys are like running up a skyscraper fighting this monster. So I think that's awesome. I like the red Avengers logo in the corner, and then I love the character art here. We've got Strange, we've got America, we've got Wong, and then we have Wanda, who I think looks really, really nice on this box and appropriately evil, because she is rumored to be the main villain of the movie, which is also why I find her absence here to be quite conspicuous, because she is a huge character. And then the back of the box has some nice shots, and then it has Lego versions of all of the characters, and I love that so much. They all look so cute there, although that Wanda does not look anywhere near as evil as the one on the box. Here's the instruction manual. This actually gives you a better look at the character art, which I appreciate. And then at the very back, we do have an ad for the delayed Marvel mechs. They are now coming in April. So overall, I like this set quite a bit. I'm a big sucker for sets that are just solid, kind of like one build things, like without too many side builds. And this one has great minifigures and a great main build. But here's the issue. This is a $30 set. This set is not worth $30 at all, in my opinion. This feels like a really good $20 set or a decent $25 set, but I don't think it's worth $30. Because the main build of this thing is so small, and the only reason it feels bigger is because you've just got like these 10 pieces of tentacles coming out of it. And so that does kind of increase the overall mass, but it still like doesn't make it feel like a $30 set. Like when I was getting towards the end of building it before I attached the tentacles, I'm like, okay, I get that this is a dense, detailed build, which is part of why it feels like it's geared for an older market. But I mean, it's still not worth $30. Yes, we have 3 awesome exclusive minifigures, but we're missing like the co-lead of the movie. And I know that I complained about this a lot before the set came out. I know that people were getting like annoyed with it, and they were telling me to like shut up and stop whining. And it's like, I'm sorry, you know, like I'm a Wanda fan. I'm always gonna want her in more sets because I feel like she's really been like shafted by LEGO. And I feel like she's been shafted again. Like people were saying, oh, it's because she has the same suit as WandaVision. She doesn't. Like the trailer's out now. We know that the suit is different. It's not like super different, but it's still different. So that's not an excuse to not have her in this set. But I mean, on the other hand, to be fair, she's not in this scene in the movie. She's not there in the trailer, and I can tell you guys, like from what I know about the movie, I know that she's not going to be in this scene. And so I get why she wasn't included in the set, but I'm still tired of LEGO leaving out main characters from their superhero sets. Like I haven't forgotten stuff like Guardians of the Galaxy 2, where we never got an Ego minifigure. We still don't have a Zemo minifigure, and I'm tired of it. I'm tired of LEGO leaving out like main characters. So that does bother me, but I can only hope that they change it in the future. And I really hope that there's a second like spoilery Multiverse of Madness set that's going to have Wanda in it, but I kind of doubt that that's going to happen. So don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and check out my website, goldenninja3000.com, and I'll see you guys with more videos soon. Bye for now.